Hey, all right, Justin Brennan here with Multifamily School, and I'm really excited to have you in here for this training, and I just need you to focus and give me about 15 to 20 minutes of your time as I showcase for you a few things. The main things being what money is, and then number two, how you can use it to create financial freedom for you and your family and ultimately get to where you're wanting to go from zero to hero. So let's go. I'm going to go ahead and minimize myself here on the screen so we can focus on what's there. Put me down here in the little corner, and let's see him pop out of here. Perfect. So financial freedom. Look, there are many gurus out there that are promising no money down, none of your own money, all that fluff puff stuff. This is not that. I'm going to be showing you the correct and efficient way to do it and execute with precision. This is a legitimate training where I'm going to walk you through all the steps that you're going to need to buy multifamily real estate and create financial freedom and do what you want when you want with your life. I've done it, and I can help you do the same. I'm going to give you an option to partner with me as well for the funding side. We have partners with the debt and we have partners with the equity side for your deals. One of the consistent frustrations I hear from students is the inability to find money in the financing. That's great. Look, I understand. I want to help alleviate that and do that today. And I'm talking about the money all the way from the acquisition to the rehab side, even to long-term fixed rate financing. It's an incredible opportunity that I've been able to partner with and make happen for you today. So you're going to want to stick around to the end, but focus here with me the entire time because I promise you're going to learn something from this. What got you here is great, but without dialing in some pain for you, there's little chance you're going to have the discipline to stick through it. We've all heard the saying, doing the same thing over and over again, right? And expecting a different result. That's the definition of insanity. You're going to have to do things differently if you want a different result. That's just the way the world works. But I can help you do it and do it effectively and efficiently. You have a choice to do something. I'm going to be giving you the tools. You're investing in the United States of America. You have all the tools at your fingertips to make this happen. I promise with you. People have come from much less, worse situations, and they've accomplished much more than even myself, than you, than anybody. So know that you can do this. Let's do this together. Let me give you the tools to go down the path of financial freedom. I love this stuff. So I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry about the passion that I bring to it because I know that this works. I'm currently doing it. I've done it. It's awesome. But what's even better is helping other people do it. There's a reason I'm helping people, and we've created a massive community across the United States of like-minded investors doing the exact same thing. Look, creating this multifamily schooled community, teaching investors like yourselves to be really good investors, and then having the opportunity to partner with you should you choose to buy investment deals around the country. What greater way than that? So quickly, I'm going to talk about myself briefly, give you a quick market update. I'm going to talk about what money is and how to create wealth in a macro concept all the way down to the micro concept and why multifamily real estate investing is one of the best methods for creating financial freedom. I'll discuss the Burr method, how to create cash flow even in today's higher interest rate environments. We're going to talk about how to get funding for your deals, which is a new option that I'm offering now, and some more help at the end. This is awesome. So just focus with me for the next 15 to 20 minutes or so as we go through this. Prioritize this training and you're going to learn a lot, I promise. I'm 44 years old, grew up San Diego, California, a bit spoiled by the weather. I'm sorry, but not really. But I didn't come from money. My dad was a transformational character, as they would say, in our family who became self-made. He was a self-made millionaire, but came from a really bad upbringing and made it for himself through real estate. I learned a lot from him. I've also learned the value of the dollar, hard work, discipline. He never gave myself, my brother, my sister any silver spoons. We had to earn it. We had to go through the doors to get it. I've seen poor, I've seen rich, I've seen better days. I remember digging ditches on my dad's job sites, laying drain pipes to nowhere, just so he could teach us the value of hard work. When he was doing stuff in Vegas in the 1990s, he would send me and a friend out there in the summer, late August, right, the last part of summer. And so while all my school friends were having summer and trying to finish it up, we were out in Vegas in 110-degree heat, sweeping underground garages. We'd start at 4 a.m. in the morning. We'd end at noon because of the heat. But look, it doesn't matter where you come from, whether you come from money or not. Everyone has different starting points. Everyone does. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. I don't care if you're 25 years old watching this or you're 50 plus. It doesn't matter. You can do this, and a lot can happen in 12 months with discipline and a great hand-holding and community of mentorship. My dad lost everything in 2008. If you remember this, you understand. After helping my dad consolidate his businesses, I found a job with an asset management company managing foreclosures and bank-owned properties around the United States. From there, I became a realtor doing short sales. From there, I focused in the luxury real estate game as it became traditional real estate. And in 2010, began to build my real estate portfolio. I started with a $100,000 condo in 2010 in the midst of the financial crisis. From there, we bought a triplex, then we bought another triplex, and then we bought a fourplex, and then another fourplex, all with some of our own money, but mostly with investor money. And then once we had a little nest egg, about 20 units, we thought we were golden. We thought we'd made it. But then we realized the true value of economies of scale in doing larger apartment buildings. And you'd be amazed, it is surprisingly easier to find financing and raise equity and money, manage it with a larger deal. Let's call it 16, 10, 16, 15, 25 plus units. You'd be amazed. We scaled out of state doing the Burr method. Our first was a 27 unit deal in Kansas City, Missouri. Today we own over 520 plus units and over $132 million of real estate around the country. And we're scaling towards $4 billion in over 10,000 units. I've done it at a small scale. I'm doing it currently at a large scale. We just completed a $74 million project in Las Vegas, Nevada, 160 units. If you don't want to go as big as I've done it, not a problem. I can show you how to do it, whether it's big or small. I focus in multi-unit apartment complexes, self-storage facilities, using other people's money. You've heard this, OPM. And I want to show you how to do it too. I've flipped many homes. Today, multifamily in the multifamily stool community is over 2,400 thick. Some are taking the limited free stuff and the free training. Some are in the mentorship programs. Students are closing deals and making their dreams come true. We'll talk about it later, but literally, I've proven it to myself and 2,400 other people. I take you through the proven 5-step process that I believe works better than any other way and show you exactly how to do it. I'm a member of the Peers community. It's a network of entrepreneurs in San Diego that are focused around philanthropy. Tunnels to Towers organization. If you haven't heard of that before, amazing. During 9/11, came out, designed around paying off the mortgages of spouses left behind by their fallen soldiers or first responders or any of the firefighters and the paramedics. Anybody that was around. It started with 9/11 and then it grew into something more with the first line soldiers and all of that and paying off the mortgages, typically of the wives left with children. Tunnels to Towers. Seal Future Foundation, huge in that. And I focus in giving back to that on a massive level because it helps transition Navy SEALs from that team life into civil life. And then, hey, look, I do hang out with some cool people. I love that part of it, and we're continuing to grow. If you know some of these folks, Brandon Turner, amazing, Ryan Panetta, right? We got Apartment Rockstar, Grant Cardone, Jeff Fenster. List goes on and on. That's not to drop names and all of that, but it's just to show you the folks that when you do this stuff, you can get around. Do you know who this guy, Warren Buffett, is? Owning real estate. It is the keystone of wealth, both financial affluence and emotional security. Now, I'm going to go ahead and jump in front of my vibe board and show you guys some more stuff as we go through what money is, the markets, and how you're going to use creating wealth and financial freedom for yourself. So let me jump on the board. All right, so welcome into the vibe board. I'm going to show you some things really quickly. Stick with me. We're going to move kind of quickly, but that way you can stop, rewind this video as you need. But I want to show you some things on the vibe board. Okay, so money is, when people think of money, when you think of money, what do you think? Freedom, choices, this, that, right? You can come up with anything you want on money is. At the end of the day, money is a game. It's a game. Let me explain why. The United States economy, the capitalistic system as you know it, okay, and I don't know if anybody's explained this to you, whether it's Robert Kiyosaki or anybody else, but you have to understand. There are two groups, creators and contributors. Creators and contributors. Contributors are typically W-2 employees. If you have a job right now and you're getting a Friday paycheck, you're W-2, okay? Creators are 1099. They're typically business owners and investors. Business owners and investors, entrepreneurs, okay? The U.S. economy benefits creators and it punishes contributors. Benefits creators and it punishes contributors. Let me show you why. Creators create products and services into the marketplace. Okay? Products and services into the marketplace. They go to the contributors who buy them, and then that money moves from the pocketbook of the contributors back into the pocketbooks of creators. Moving the money. Creators create, contributors give the money to the creators, which is why you may be pissed off why they don't pay any tax, or they avoid taxes, or they minimize, or they benefit, right? Why? Because if you're a creator, the United States IRS, right, the guys we like, don't like, that whole group, they love these folks. It's a big heart over here, okay? Why? Because they're moving money, they're creating wealth, they're creating opportunities, they're getting that money moving in the U.S. economy, and as such, they're going to benefit them with tax benefits. Tax benefits. Because you're creating jobs, you're creating opportunities, you're creating benefits, you're moving money. When you move money, the IRS loves you. If you don't move money, the IRS punishes you. This is why W-2, you don't have as many tax breaks. And you're sitting there getting your Friday paycheck, fine. Safety, consistency, don't have to think, show up, get my check, bada bing, bada boom. Great, but you're also at risk of losing your job. You're also at risk of the man, right? And that's because you're not getting the tax benefits over here because the IRS doesn't like you. The IRS loves here, punishes here. You have to understand this in the U.S. capitalistic system. Once you do, you'll realize you got to be here. This is why Robert Kiyosaki, talk about the cash flow quadrants and all that stuff, right? B or I group, business owners or investors, business owners or investors. If you're an employee or you're self-employed, you're screwed. Business owners, investors, you win. That's where the financial freedom's at. That's why we're doing this today. Okay, let's keep moving. The U.S. market for apartments. Trending, you kind of saw what happened over the last 20 years, fine. Then you saw big, these are transactions, right? Big transaction bump 2021, 2022, but then it plummeted second half of 2022 because interest rates went through the roof. The Fed Reserve, we all watched them do it, right? They went from 0 to hero on the interest rates, and it's caused mass chaos within the capital markets in the United States, which is why you've seen a plummeting of transactions in the multifamily apartment game, okay? Now, let me show you this. You're going to get a kick out of this. Do you want to buy a single-family home, or do you want to buy a 20-unit apartment building? 1 unit, 20 units. Let me show you how this works. You go buy a $500,000 single-family home. You're putting 25% down. Let's say it's a rental property. Rental. $375,000 loan. You get 0 bonus depreciation. You get 0 acquisition fees, and you're out of pocket $125,000. Okay? Follow me. 20-unit apartment building. $2 million. You're going to bring in $600,000 of equity. Hang on for a minute. Don't freak out. $1.4 million loan. This loan is easier to get than this $375,000. Why? Because lenders look at apartment commercial real estate and they underwrite the property. They don't underwrite you. When you get a single family home, the lender is underwriting you personally and your financials, not the property. Big difference. This is why it's easier to get this loan than it is to get this one. Okay? Plus, you're going to get several $100,000 in bonus depreciation. We'll get into that in a minute. Plus, you're going to get an acquisition fee for putting the deal together. So you're out of pocket. I'm going to show you this in a minute. $15,000 out of pocket to get a $2 million asset. Think about this for a minute. You're going to own a $2 million asset for $15,000 out of pocket. Follow me. I'm going to show you this in just a minute. Okay, let's keep going. The market. This is the Fed funds effective rate. These are the interest rates we talked about here briefly, right? So you had 1960s, 70s, 80s, 90s, right? You had this big pop, okay? Then you had down here, you had the early 2000s, and you had the financial crisis right here. And then we've been super low, like 0% all the way through. And then they started bumping up, right? 2018, 19, 20. Then they plummeted because of COVID right here. And then they've gone through the roof. Now, historically speaking, we're technically in line on average with where the Fed funds rate has been. It's just because they were so low, it's been such a drastic move. It's going to take time to settle in, okay? So that's that. Keep moving. Hang in there with me. So this is volume of new multifamily home construction. So why this is key? Because you have these bumps in permits and starts new construction in the United States. Right now, 2018, 2020, 2022, you're going to see a massive drop-off. So what does this mean? Right now, there's an incredible opportunity because there is oversupply in the market. However, later in here, you're going to see a massive drop in the supply, which means rents are going to go up, which means you need to get in now to get in on this and buy the opportunities, but then ride the show back up because it is going to happen coming into 2025, 2026, and beyond. Okay? So watch this because you have a drop off in the permits, which means now, right now, there's oversupply. There's going to be undersupply here in about 24 months, and then boom, right back up. Do you know these gentlemen? Mr. Elon Musk, Mr. Grant Cardone, and Mr. Robert Kiyosaki. What do they know? What do they know? They know how to use good debt. They know how to use leverage. There's good debt and there's bad debt. There's good debt and there's bad debt. Good debt is when you put debt on an appreciating asset, real estate. Okay? Bad debt is when you take out consumer loans, when you take out credit card debt to go buy some stuff that is not appreciating. That's bad debt. So creating wealth. How does Elon Musk, Grant Cardone, Robert Kiyosaki, and on and on and on, what do they understand? You take an asset, you borrow good debt against it, you cash flow it with other people paying you rent or income, right? And then that asset appreciates, you use the cash flow to benefit yourself, okay? All this kind of flow. Take an asset, borrow against it, get it to cash flow, that whole flow. We all know this. You've seen this before. This is not new for you. 90% of all the millionaires in the world through real estate. So the BRRRR method. You've probably heard this term before if you've watched any of the gurus online. I'm going to showcase it to you real quick. Okay, so follow me. You buy a property, step one. You rehab it, step two. You re-rent it at inflated rents, right? Because now you've raised the rents because you've remodeled it. Then you're going to refinance the property because now you have a new valuation. And then you're going to repeat the process. That's the BRRRR method. Okay. Now, let me show you this. I'm going to give you a case study example of how bought this 31 unit deal for $45,000 of my own money out of pocket. Now, you can do the exact same thing. You can do it for $15,000. Okay. Here's your case study. Using the BRRRR method. Okay. Same thing we just went through. 31 unit building. We bought it for $1,525,000. We put $400,000 in renovation to it. Closing costs, CC, closing costs of $225,000. All in, $2.15 million. We got a loan for $1,550,000. Follow me. This loan was easier to get than a $300,000 home loan, by the way. Remember, they underwrite the property, not you. Big difference. Brought in $600,000 of equity. Me, as the sponsor, the guy putting it together, I brought in 10% of that $600,000. Okay? I brought in that. I raised $540,000 from friends and family. Remember what I said earlier. What do creators understand? What does the IRS understand? Who does the IRS benefit? They benefit creators. Why? Because they're moving money. People that tell me they can't raise money, I said it's because you don't understand. That people with money understand one thing very well. In order to make more of it, I need to move the money in the U.S. economy. If I move the money, I get rich. If I don't move the money, I get poor. They understand that. So all you need to do is build relationships. Okay, and if you don't have those relationships, we show you how to do that. But that's key. But for $60,000, follow me here, it gets better. Okay, that was my out of pocket. Now, my share. Total equity that was brought into that deal was $600,000. I brought in $60,000, raised $540,000. I got an acquisition fee of $15,000. So my actual out of pocket was $45,000. Physical out of pocket. Now, in 24 months after we purchased the property, we did a cash out refinance because now we had a new valuation. Follow me, okay? Cash out refinance because now the valuation went from the 1.5. Remember, we bought it for $1,525,000. Now it's worth 3.6 because we've renovated it. We did a cash out refinance, got all my money back, got all this 45 back, right? All this money came back. And I got an asset management fee for managing the deal on an asset management level. So plus I get 40% of the profits. Plus that equates to about $2,000 a month, right? Plus the sale, I'm going to get another $470,000. Are you calculating what I'm calculating? So for $45,000 out of pocket, of which I got back in 24 months, then I'm getting $120,000 and $470,000 for 45 grand. How's that ROI for you? Because we're getting in the tax benefits now. This is where it gets sexy, guys. So $2.15 million all in on this deal. Okay. Equity of $600,000. Okay. Follow me here. We did a cost segregation study that allowed us to accelerate the depreciation on the property and get $680,000 in bonus depreciation, accelerating it. So someone that gives $100,000 into the deal, they got a $113,000 write-off in year one. That doesn't even include years 2 through 5. This offsets income, guys. Like for me, as a real estate professional, offsets all my income. If you're a doctor, an attorney, any kind of W-2 based person, you would need to be classified as a real estate professional too to get both, right? And that way you could offset your doctor income as well as capital gains income. We show you how to do that inside the mentorship. Taxes. It's not about what you make, it's about what you keep. It's not about what you make, it's about what you keep. We show you that big time. It's all about taxes, guys. All right. I know I'm moving quickly here. Creating wealth. So to kind of recap on this, you buy an asset, you borrow money from the bank, okay? You get that property to cash flow, and you pay down that debt because the property's producing the cash flow to do it. That is how you create wealth through real estate. So now I'm going to jump back onto the computer and show you how you can make money even in these high interest rate environments. Let's go. All right, so we're back over here on the computer, and just wanted to touch base real quick. Thank you for sticking with me here. We got a few minutes left, but how do you cash flow in these higher interest rate environments right now? How do you do that? You got to get $1 million loan amounts or more. And the reason why is because the lenders give you better terms, better interest rates, better everything if the loan amounts are $1 million or more around the country, which is why the multifamily space is so critically important, because on most deals you can get those loan amounts and you can get those easier, as I've shown you, than getting a $300,000 home loan. Market rents. Those are pushing up. Right now, certain areas are balancing out, but they're going to be pushing up, and you need to focus on getting those rents up as high as possible. Longer-term loans, whether you do a 30-year, 40-year amortization, or if you do from a 5-year type commercial loan to a 10-year commercial loan, we show you all this in the mentorship, but longer-term loans are going to get you better rate and terms. Self-managing those deals, depending on if it's in your backyard or not, if you're comfortable with it or not, you can save a bunch of money, 8 to 10% in some cases, on self-managing deals, and then really boosting up the other income, whether that's pet rent, parking income, trash income, other types of income, utility-based RUBS, reimbursables, all kinds of other income that we show you as part of the multifamily mentorship. So look, we have students all over the country doing this, both men and women, young and old, doesn't really matter. I just want you to go and know that, look, I could go over 20 slides doing this stuff and show you all the different testimonials and everything, all the students posting about their first multifamily rental properties. And you can watch some of those testimonials and videos through our platforms. If you join the community, you can join it for free. Some students jump right into the mentorship because they're ready to go. Some students decide they want to start with some of the lower items in the cost training. Doesn't really matter. I just want you in the community, and you can join that for free and then get into the mentorship. Talking about, just give you an example, Hayden and Matt. I'm going to talk about them real quick, and then I'm going to jump into the deliverables and the way that we can get your deals funded right now, right here, okay, and have a leg up. They're real estate professionals. One's a W-2, one's a real estate agent, okay? Making 60 to 80 grand a year. They got involved with me, allowed me to take them under my wing, and they're incredible talents, right? They worked hard, but they had nothing special. They just worked really hard, and they crushed it. They bought deals now and are well underway and making lots of money. There's lots of students doing the exact same thing. So with the nationwide community, this is really what you get. If you've ever clicked on or haven't yet and scheduled a call with me and my team to learn more, I want you to do that. And I want you to consider how we can triple and quadruple your cash flow. And then I want to give you the tools to get your deals funded right after this. In the community, you're going to be amongst the 2,400 plus and many investors with hundreds of millions of dollars in real estate experience at your fingertips. Get weekly live video mastermind calls with me and several of the students feeding off one another, not some random hired coach who isn't executing in the marketplace. All your calls get recorded if you can't attend. So if you join the mentorship community, we make you a guarantee. We'll help you find and locate a multifamily real estate deal in the next 90 days or you don't pay. How do we do this? With a solid plan. We set you up with a 90-day custom plan broken down into action tasks in 30-day segments. We add hours of content every single week to the community online platform. And as mentioned, the coaching calls are led by me and the coaches. Yes, I do most of the calls, which most people doing these types of programs do not do. You have one-on-one calls with your success manager as well. And as I mentioned, we make a customized 30, 60, 90-day plan for you. We help you find, analyze, fund, close, and manage your deals, holding your hand all the way through it. We give you things to do every single day for the 30 days. Access our group chat in the community, the Facebook groups, our WhatsApp community of all the incredible humans that want to help you and will help you. And you'll help them. Tons of the videos that I've recorded, we also use AI technology on them, and we break them down in smaller segments so that way they're easily digestible. Whatever's on your plate right now, our system will give you the hand-holding and the lessons that will teach you what you need to know. You get access to everything that we use to buy multifamily and own real estate. All the tools, everything you need. The capital sourcing, the paperwork, the checklist, vendors, market intelligence, and more. Like everything you need. There's not one thing that has gone unturned. If there ever is, we will unturn it and we'll add it to the modules and in the back end of the platform for you. This is the big leagues. This is where people's lives get changed. If you want to do this and you want to create financial freedom, the best path to do that is through our community. And now for the big whammy. I have access to several funding sources for you. Whether it's our partner sources funds, direct from my $25 million fund for the equity, we have options for you. Inside the community, just recently we added in funding partners for the lending, the debt side. I also have decided to give access to the students to submit their deals so we can help underwrite them for you and fund them with our $25 million fund. We can help walk you through the lending process and locate local or national lenders, and we have a couple of them in the back end of our platform ready to go for you right now. So in recap, we're going to show you how to find, analyze, capital raise, close, and manage the deals. So if you want to own multifamily apartments in the next 90 days and truly achieve financial freedom in the journey, make sure to click on the link below, schedule a call with me and my team. This is not a sales pressure call. It's an informational call to understand where you're at, see where you want to go, if it's a good fit in the program for you, and get you started in financial freedom. Hey, so thanks so much for tuning in for this training. I hope it was extremely valuable. I know it ran a little bit long, but I really appreciate your time. Look, if you want to jump into this, whether it's the free stuff, awesome. Our lower ticket stuff, awesome. Get into the community, get with us, schedule the training call. Trust me, it'll be the best call you've ever had. So let's go. Take care. Talk to you soon.